Good morning and Jai Hind everyone. Today I will just revise in the brief about the business studies project, all the two topics. Already I said to you that even number will go for principle of management topic and odd number will go for marketing management. Don't get confused that which roll number is for me in class 12. You just prepare your project as per the class 11th roll number only. But the main important thing, don't write down your roll number anywhere in the project. Leave it as blank as the roll number will allotted by CBSE to you. That will be recorded, that will be written in your project on that time. Now, bacha, in this first format, we are going to discuss the application for principle of management with reference to any company you can take it. Like suppose basically what this particular project is, that you just analyze any particular company, that whatever the fuels principles are there, that fuel principles are implemented in that company or not, and what is the advantage of that, what is disadvantage of that. If the company not implement, what company will face, all that you have to mention in your project. So your first particular page will be the cover page, where the name of the school, logo, and your project topic and your company name on which you are going to prepare your project, that will be mentioned. Acknowledgement is there, you are acknowledging to the different person. Okay. Preface is there, certificate is there, and certificate is what, bacha? Certificate you have to write down, and your teacher will certify that you had prepared the project. Index number is very important, so please provide the index number also. Now, introduction. First you have to provide the introduction about that particular company on which you are going to prepare your project. So you have to first introduce the topic, that what you are going to do, and you have to introduce your company, that what is the name of your company, establishment, your company is what for, all that. Okay. So in the, like suppose this particular project is in the reference of Starbucks coffee. So you can give the very short history of the Starbucks, like who is the founder, how it is there in India, how it is performing. Okay. All that history of the project you have to write down. Okay. What is where the particular store is there, what product they are offering, that all you have to mention. So you can see, like suppose few pages is tell the history of the product, company's profile, company name, company logo, company products, all details about the company. Now you have to provide the detail of Sir Henry Fuel. You can paste a picture. Always remember that B.St project is all about the presentation. So you can write down the content in good writing, and you have to present the pictures also. You have to present the logo, pictures. Okay. So all the logos, pictures will make your product very attractive. So Henry Fuel, very short history of Henry Fuel. And now what are the principles? So we are knowing that we have 14 principles. Okay, so all 14 principles name you have to write down. And bacha, I'm just giving a sample of a particular principle, and on the basis of that you have to write down all other principles. So first the principle name you have to write down. At the same time you have to paste a picture which is actually define the principle nature, like division of work. So this is a work which is divided by workers. So that is what division of work principle civilization. So what is the meaning of division of work principle? What positive effect will come because of division of work principle? What negative effect will come because of division of work principle if the division of work principle will not implemented in the organization? Okay, like if suppose division of work principle is not implemented, so lack of efficiency will be there, no specialization will be there, chances of duplication of work will be there. And after that bacha, you have to go for the analysis. So for each and every principle you have to follow the same, that you have to write down the principle name, picture, meaning, positive effect, negative effect, and after that you have to analysis. In the analysis bacha, that is what questionnaire. It is known as questionnaire. So in the questionnaire you will ask to the organization members, staff, you will observe that this particular principle is present in the organization or not. In the questionnaire you will ask the question to the different persons, so 2 response will come generally, and the third one is column is no response. So suppose if you ask this particular question from 100 of employee, so out of 100 employee, 40 said yes, 30 said no, and 30 not give any response. So on the observation, on the questionnaire, on the investigation report, what is your observation? That we observe that right from the order taken to order delivers, each and every taking done by separate staff workers. So every work is done by the different workers. So each person is assigned a particular task which he or she does with a complete efficiency, delivering a world-class delicious coffee within a minute. So your observation said that yes, division of work principle is present. And after that, which is the last point, you have to give a conclusion about your observation. So these same thing you have to do in each and every principle. Okay. And after that, bacha, after doing the same thing in all that 14 principles, you have to go for all the same thing you have to do in all the principles. And after that, bacha, after the 14 principles, you have to give a conclusion, overall conclusion about your project. Okay, and the bibliography is there, that from which sources you prepare your project. So all that you have to do for making a very good and very interesting project. Now the second project also we discussed today. Now the second topic is all about the marketing management, bacha. The second topic is all about the marketing management. Ab how the marketing management project will be done, that you have to see. The same cover page is there, same index number is there. Okay. The first question in the marketing management, that why you selected any particular project, and this is not something that any particular limit is there. You can choose your product by your choice, but that should be ethical and legal one. Any objectionable thing, please don't select. Like suppose in this particular project, fruit juice is there. So why the person selected the fruit juice, that you have to be mentioned. So why you selected the fruit juice product, what are the benefit, how it is benefited to the society, how that fulfill your objective, all that you have to write down in that. Second is that what are your competitors. So generally any five competitors about ju- uh, any five competitors from your product. Like suppose if you're going to select any particular product that like I'm going to make fruit juice. So any five company of the fruit juice which is already there in the market will be your competitors. So who are your competitors that you have to show? Like Maja, Tropicana, Real, Fruity, Mint Med, all that is the competitors. And after that, bacha, each and every competitors you have to show actually the product, the history, that what is the unique selling proportion of each product. Like suppose if Tropicana, what is USP, what is the profit margin for manufacturer, wholesalers, retailers, what is the selling price, what is the range of the product, that you can do the research of your selected products with the help of internet. Similarly, for all the five competitors brands, you have to do, okay, Fruity and all other that. So all five, like suppose the history is there, the product picture is there, and the unique selling proportion, taglines you can write down that what is the tagline of your competitor's product, profit margin is there, selling price is there, that what are the range and what is the selling price. After that, when you're done with your five competitors, then you will start your own. That what is the name of your product. Like my product Delis. Delis, you just selected, and please be careful. Like suppose Delis magazine is there, so you just cut in this Delis. Okay. Now Delis is your product. So what is the name of your product Delis? Why you choose this particular name? All that you can write down. What is the logo of your product? Okay. So what is the meaning of logo? All that you have to write down, and after that you have to show the logo of your product. Logo you can design. If you design, it's very good. After the logo, bacha, labeling. Labeling is what? Labeling is content, the complete information. So what is labeling? That you have to show. This is the front label of the product, and this is the back label of the product. So always remember that labels are coming from the front and back both. Unique selling proportion is there. What is the USP of your selected product that you have to show? What are the features of your product that you have to show? Always remember, features contain the good information about your product. So you please write down that. What are the range of your product? Like what is the, if you selected the fruit juice, you selected the television, you selected any product, that product contains some range. So what are the range? Like suppose crispy apple, tangy orange, mango mania, that all are range. What in the what size it is available? 200 ml, 1 liters. Okay. What permission and license are there, that you have to write down, bacha, and easily you can get it. Like suppose you just Google that for making the television, what permission and license are required, it will come. Okay. So nowadays VAT is not there, GST. Okay? GST is there. The GST TIN number is required. Please upgrade this thing. So what are the trademark of your product? All that you have to mention. How you will do the packaging? Like packaging is content in three levels: primary packaging, secondary packaging, and transport packaging. So how you do your primary packaging, how you do your secondary packaging, how you do your transport packaging, all these three you have to mention, and why so, that also you have to mention. Like suppose this particular project content, like suppose how the secondary packaging is there, how the primary packaging, how the transport packaging is there. Now warehousing is very important, so where your warehouse will be there, that also you have to mention. Up channel of distribution, how your product reach to the customer. So from manufacturer to customer, it will be directly a manufacturer to wholesaler to customer, या manufacturer to wholesaler, retailer and customer. What channel you are going to follow, that you have to mention. Selling price. What is the selling price of your product? To the wholesaler, what will be? To the retailer, what it will be? To the customer, what it will be? For 1 liter, for 200 ml, whatever the range you have according to the range. Next one is profit margin. So bacha, what the profit margin you will contain, that you have to mention. That manufacturer 15 to 20, wholesaler 5 to 10, retailer 10 to 15%. Promotion will be there. Okay, the promotion will be there. So how you will do the promotion of your product? How you do the promotion of the product? Like promotion means advertisement. So how you do the advertisement of the product, that you have to mention. What schemes you will run, that what the scheme for the wholesaler, what the scheme for retailers, what the scheme for customer, that you have to mention and you have to run. Brand ambassador you can choose, that who can be your brand ambassador. You have to give a social message, that what social message your product is giving. And bacha, cost effective techniques, how you can reduce your cost, या वो technique you can use to reduce the cost. Like suppose for advertisement, if you go for the television advertisement, if you go for the electronic advertisement which contain the actor and actress, that cost high. But if you go the advertisement for the newspaper, that will cost low. So instead of giving the television by actor and actress, if your reachability is not that much, you can go for the newspaper and that will save your cost. Like same type of technique you can go. Okay, and the bibliography is there, from where you can take it the project, from where you which website, which book provide help to you to prepare this particular project. You can mention the name. Again, any file, whatever you are going to submit, that all should be in the spiral binding format. So please go for that only. So thank you for the project. Now we will discuss some rights of the consumers, which is remain. So we will complete the rights of consumers also from the last chapter of business studies. In the last class, we had already discussed the rights to choose, which give the rights to the consumer, that consumers can choose the product. The shopkeeper or any particular person cannot force the consumer to purchase any product. Next is right to be heard. A right to be heard is what, bacha? This is the right of consumer, that if any wrong thing is happened with the consumer, any what you can say fraud is happened with the consumer. So this is the right of the consumer, that consumers can represent himself or herself for the support. Okay, for the support. Next is what? Right to seek redressal. Acha, right to be heard, like it gives the rights to the customer to represent himself and herself for complaint, for giving the complaint, and the complaint should be considered. This is the rights of the consumer. Now bacha, right to seek redressal. अच्छा देखो, right to seek redressal and right to be heard, so many persons are thinking both are same. No, right to be heard is giving a right to the consumers to provide the authority that the person can file a complaint against any particular fraud, any particular shopkeeper. But right to seek redressal is giving the rights to get the compensation. That compensation can be change of product, that compensation can be in the form of money. So right to seek redressal is all about the getting compensation, and right to be heard is all about representing himself or herself or filing the complaint. Okay, so next one is right to consumers education. This is also the rights of consumer, that the consumers have to be aware about all the content, all the authorities, all the powers what the consumer protection had been given to them. By this, they can protect himself, herself and other customer also. Ab a part of that bacha, some consumer responsibility is also there. Like if consumer is not aware, if consumer will not take initiative, so the consumer's right cannot be protected. That's why the consumers have to exercise his right, her rights at the time of fraud. Like suppose the first right is the person have to be very cautious consumers, very what you can say, the person who is very vigilant. Like whenever you purchase the product, you just collect all the complete information about the product, like what is the quality, quantity, price. Like suppose price is only 100 rupees but bill is there for 120. So you have to be aware about all that, and if any fraud is happening, so as a cautious customer, as a what you can say, aware customer, you have to take the action against that. Next one is what bacha? Next one is ready to file the complaint. Sometimes we are, as a consumer, we think that okay, it's a very small thing. For that, who will take the headache to file the complaint and all that? This is the responsibility of the consumer, that even the loss is very small, then also the consumers have to file the complaint against any particular fraud. Okay? And this is also the responsibility of the consumer, that whenever the consumer go for purchasing, consumers always have to be very conscious, and only quality products the person purchase. Like suppose if you want to purchase the jewelry, that should be BIS hallmark, because that is giving the security and certification of the quality. Like suppose when you purchase the agriculture product, that should be with ag mark. When you purchase any industrial product, generally any manufactured product in industry, ISI is there. For any fruit product, the FPO is there. For any packaged consumable item, FSSAI mark is there. So mean to say, whenever you are going to purchase any type of product, then you have to must look for the quality certification. Okay? And sometimes the consumers are irresponsible. On the product, strictly the warning is given, but instead of not following the instructions about the product, they get damaged. So this is also the consumer's responsibility, that when you consume any product, before that you understand the risk, you read the instructions very carefully, and you have to be very honest towards the society. If any type of illegal marketing is there, any black marketing is there, so you have to raise the voice against of that rather than supporting that. And whenever you are purchasing the transaction and you are making the payment in cash, always demand for the cash memo, because cash memo is the proof of purchase, and every seller is bound to give the cash memo. Without cash memo, the evidence cannot be there, the proof of purchase will be not there. And whenever any amount involved as a fraud, whether the amount is very small, whether the amount is very big, no matters, you have to come forward as a responsible citizen, as a responsible consumers, and you have to file the complaint. And instead of that, you have to educate the other consumers also, that what the rights they have, by which the consumers can aware, and if anything is happened wrong, they can file the cases. So bacha, the next, how the consumer protection can be done, that all we will discuss in the next class. Okay, till then, thank you, take care, and bye bye.